Hi, I'm Captain Daniel Kitt.
Hi, I'm Captain Ken Moffitt.
Hi, I'm Chris Acevedo.
And we're here at...
I forgot to say Captain. Hi, I'm Captain Daniel Kitt.
Hi, I'm Captain Ken Moffitt.
Hi, I'm Captain Chris Acevedo. I forgot. I was watching it.
Stop.
All right.
Ready?
Hi, I'm Captain Daniel Kitt.
Hi, I'm Captain Ken Moffitt.
Hi, I'm Captain Chris Acevedo.
And we're here at Ben Clark Training Center at the Hazardous Materials Technician course. And this is
Report on Conditions.
This week, we'll take a look at several vegetation fires that occurred throughout Riverside County. And we'll get a sneak peek at the newest group of firefighters that were just hired.
Engine 1 with report on conditions.
Hi everyone, I'm April Newman. Thanks for joining us on today's episode of Report on Conditions. Let's get started with your new hires at Ben Clark Training Center.
Every year, thousands of firefighters come through Ben Clark Training Center preparing for a career built on service, sacrifice, and resilience. This year is no different. Behind every call for help is a firefighter who trained for it, and that training starts here. Our cameras were rolling during the most recent Firefighter Academy, where recruits took their first steps into the profession. From the moment they were issued their safety gear, the transformation begins. They learn the fundamentals, how to properly wear and trust their equipment, because in this job, every detail matters. Out on the training grounds, they're introduced to wildland fire operations, including mobile pumping, where crews advance on foot while the engine moves with them, delivering a steady stream of water from the front bumper line. It's coordinated, fast-paced, and demands constant communication. Inside the burn building, they face the realities of structure firefighting, pushing themselves to stay focused and disciplined under pressure. They practice building searches, moving with purpose through the unknown, and train to locate and rescue a downed victim when every second counts. They deploy fire shelters, refine their technique, and build the muscle memory that could one day save their lives or someone else's. This is where skills are tested, where confidence is built, and where a team becomes a crew. Because when the moment comes, there are no second chances, only the training they carry with them. And it all starts right here.
Let's take a moment to look into the department's call statistics from April 6th through April 19th. During that time, firefighters responded to a total of 8,154 calls for service, of which 6,197 were medical emergencies and 209 were fire-related calls. Let's go see what a few of these incidents looked like. At around 3 p.m. on Friday, April 10th, firefighters were dispatched to several 911 calls reporting a fire burning in a field near the intersection of Day Street and Ryder Street in unincorporated Paris. The battalion chief reported approximately 5 acres burning in light, flashy fuels with a moderate rate of spread. Additional engines and aircraft were requested, and evacuation orders and warnings were promptly put into place for structures at risk. Air Attack ordered additional air tankers to respond, and with a coordinated ground and air response, stopped the forward rate of spread at 4:13 p.m. Firefighters continued to cut line for several hours and fully contained the fire at 7 p.m. to 25 acres. There were no injuries to civilians or firefighters reported, and no structures were damaged. On Saturday, April 11th, around noon, firefighters responded to multiple 911 calls reporting a fire near the intersection of David Jones Road and McPherson Road in the community of Good Hope. The first on-scene battalion chief reported 1 to 2 acres burning at a slow rate of spread and requested 5 additional engines, 1 water tender, and an additional battalion chief to assist. Firefighters made quick work of the fire, and the forward rate of spread was stopped just before 1 p.m. at 5 acres burned. Fire personnel were on scene for about 4 hours working on mop-up. There were no evacuations required, and there were no injuries to civilians or firefighters. On Friday, April 17th at approximately 1:15 p.m., firefighters responded to a reported vegetation fire near the intersection of Palomar Street and Wesley Street in the city of Wildomar. The first responding engine reported a 1/4 acre of light grass burning at a moderate rate of spread with the potential to burn 15 acres and an immediate structure threat. Due to the imminent risk, evacuation orders and warnings were issued. Firefighters in the air and on the ground worked quickly to mitigate the life and structure threats and were able to stop the forward rate of spread of the fire at 2:16 p.m. The fire was fully contained to 11 acres at 8 p.m. and no structures were damaged.
Are you doing the right thing the wrong way? Let me explain. Each year, many fires are started by people using equipment incorrectly. Whether working to create defensible space around your home, safety starts with responsibility. Here are some tips for operating equipment safely to keep your home and community safe. Be sure to do all yard maintenance with equipment that requires a gas or electrical motor before 10 a.m. Ensure that lawnmowers are only used for lawns, never use them for dry vegetation. Use a weed trimmer to maintain dry weeds and grass, and always remove rocks before operating this equipment. In wildland areas, spark arresters are required on all portable gasoline-powered equipment. This includes tractors, chainsaws, weed eaters, mowers, and ATVs. Never drive your vehicle onto dry grass or brush. Hot exhaust pipes and mufflers can start fires that you won't even see until it's too late. When practicing safe towing, use appropriate safety pins and hitch balls to secure chains. Dragging chains throw sparks onto the dry brush alongside roadways, creating dangerous fires. Use all equipment responsibly. Safety starts with you.
That's all for this week's Report on Conditions. Follow your firefighters in action on our social media at CAL FIRE RRU and stay up to date on incidents happening countywide. If you caught any great footage of our firefighters at work or out in the community, send them to us at rrupio@fire.ca.gov. On behalf of your Public Affairs and Community Education Bureau, I'm April Newman. Thanks for watching.